what was it? Oh, so fucking, I get a text message from Joe going like, "Hey man, how's everything going?" I'm like, I'm in the hospital right now." he's like, he's like, "Oh shit, man, we were supposed to hang out on Saturday." I was like, "Yeah, I know, man. That might be delayed a little bit. I don't know." He's like, "Well, I got the day off. You want me to come visit?" I'm like, "Obviously, I can't stop you, but uh, okay." So so I had my parents bring in his Christmas gifts and whatnot. I'm just like, all right, surgery scheduled for 11 o'clock. So I imagine I'll be out of this room by like 10:30. But here's where it is: co-op room 320, I think it was. So next thing I know, it's about 10:30, and they're like, all right, hey, you ready to have that gallbladder taken out? I was like, I've been ready since Sunday. Let's do this. They're like, all right. So they fucking they have me get off the hospital bed, climb onto another fucking gurney and whatnot, and start wheeling me down towards surgery. And fucking nobody's there. So they're like, all right, well, surgery is probably about an hour long, hour and a half ish, from what I was told. So they're like, all right, so we'll show up at like about 1 o'clock. So, so basically, I'm, in the surgery room, like, this waiting room and whatnot, getting ready to be prepped and whatnot. Excuse me. So, hang on, I got fucking cotton mouth like a bastard. Sorry.
If it hadn't been for Cottonmouth Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cottonmouth Joe?
Dude.
You know, like my Cottonmouth Joe interlude?
No.
Oh, fuck
Fine.
you!
Come up with your own interludes then.
Oh, fuck you!
No. So
So you're being prepped.
Yeah, so I'm being prepped. And, so...
What does that entail? Like, just switching into a gown and shit?
Well, no, I was already in a gown, so, what were they gonna do? So, yeah, basically, they're just talking to me, saying, hey, this is what's gonna happen, this is what we're gonna do, this is generally the recovery time, do you have any allergies that we should know of? Do you have, are there any other medical problems we should know about? And I was just like, okay, here's all the shit you want to know. I was asked those about 4 different times with 4 different people.
Mm-hmm.
One of the nurses was a total sweetheart, though. Like, she and I started, like, shooting the shit on, like, Kevin Smith movies. I was like, oh, fucking thank you. Fucking, fucking friendly in the operating room. This is going to be awesome.
Nice.
So, next thing I know, eventually they're like, all right, hopefully you're ready to go because, it's showtime now. I was like, all right, because apparently what was going on was the doctor was doing the same surgery to an elderly woman that was there that needed the gallbladder taken out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, shit, all right. So they're like, all right, so we're just waiting for him to be finished, and then we got to re-prep the room and, make sure everything's cleaned up. I was like, all right, fair enough. So I'm sitting there watching TV, not realizing the time is ticking by, like, tick, 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 tick. So I watched,
like literally ticking?
Like, pretty much ticking away, yes. It's like I'm watching TV shows, not realizing that, like, maybe about 2 hours had passed.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, oh, fuck, my parents are gonna be pissed because I told them surgery was about 11, and I should be out by, like, 12:30-ish, so when everything went right.
Oh, man.
And then I was like, well, fuck, Joe's gonna be here, too. Fuck. I'm gonna feel like a fucking dick.
Oh, Jesus.
So I didn't get out of there until, like, I didn't get back up to the room until about 3 o'clock.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, because they're like, well, it turns out they didn't give you the anesthetic until about 1 o'clock. I was like, fucking 2-hour prep? Jesus fucking Christ. I was like...
That's absurd.
I was like, Jesus, fucking, all right, man, whatever. I looked at Joe, I was like, dude, I feel like such a fucking dick, man. He's like, well, you can control that. I was like, well, yeah, but I still feel fucking bad, so, shut up. Let me feel bad. These fucking...
Shut up and give me my guilt.
These fucking nurses and doctors are driving me crazy.
Oh no, I've become the neck guy.
Oh, what a big man you are! Hey, let me buy you a pack of gum. I'll show you how to chew it. Ooh.
So that's right. I'm a big man. I'm a big boy. I put my pants on and
Oh Jesus.
yeah.
Thank you, Pacino. Thank you.
I tell you, man, Pacino's awesome. So anyways, fucking so I get back up to the room. I'm telling everybody, hey, I'm sorry. This is what happened. They took me down at like 10:30. I don't even know what time it was, but like the stuff they gave me to knock me out was just holy shit.
Like it was really quick, you mean?
Well, not only was it quick, but they're just like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stick, this this IV needle like right in your IV thing. It's gonna knock you out completely. You'll be waking up, when the procedure's over, and we'll take you right back up to your room as soon as you wake up. I was like, all right, fair enough, man. Like, how long does this stuff usually take to work? I was like, there's like probably about 3 seconds. I was like, really, about three?
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I wake up in this like recovery room. And I'm looking around. I'm like, what the fuck just happened, man? Like, don't tell me Bill Cosby's here.
Oh no. I should have known a Cosby joke was gonna come out of this.
I was like, well, I got the mask on my face. I was like, don't tell me fucking Bill Cosby was here. Shit, man. This sucks. The nurse was like, no, you just had surgery. Your gallbladder was removed. I was like, could I keep it in a jar? They're like, I'm pretty sure they got rid of it already. I was like, well, shit. All right. I was hoping for a little souvenir of this adventure. I was just like, well, everybody usually does, but you were knocked out, so we couldn't exactly ask you if you wanted to keep it.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, do you? Oh, never mind.
But yeah, so eventually I got back up to the room and whatnot. I felt so fucking bad. But, and I gave Joe his gifts and whatnot. He hung around for probably about an hour. They're like, I don't feel bad. We were shooting the shit with him, just, talking about beer and, life in general. And, hey, how you doing? And all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, well, at least he wasn't here, by himself and whatnot. So I hope that feels a little better. So eventually, this lady from financial comes up and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is what I've been dreading. Here we go. Shit. So she's like, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? I was like, yeah, go ahead, man. So she's like, can you tell me what you do for a job? I was like, I'm a cashier at Home Depot. Kind of ashamedly. So she says, okay, are you full time or are you part time? I said, just part time. She's like, all right, well, how many hours a week do you usually get? I was like, around 20. She was like, all right. She's like, I don't know if you know about this, but you may be eligible for free health care from the state of Rhode Island. And all of a sudden my ears just kind of like perked up. I was like, come again? um, so she's like, yeah, there's there's apparently this law in Rhode Island that if you make under, I think it was like $16,000 a year or something like that, you qualify for free health insurance.
Sweet.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, do you think I qualify? She's like, I think you're a damn good candidate for it. I just got to ask you a few more questions and I'll get that paperwork going.
You're like, of course, more with the questions.
Yeah, like, fuck it. Bring them on. I'll answer whatever the fuck you want here. So she asked a couple questions. I couldn't remember my social number, so I was like, oh, fuck me, man. So I had my parents bring a copy of my social security card. And I figured, fuck it, she can have a copy of that, shred it afterwards, whatever have you. Or but she didn't take it. She was like, okay, well, she came up like, I think it was like the next day because I sent her an email and said, hey, I have my social security number, or at least a photocopy of it. Hopefully that works. See you soon. Comes up, the next day. She's like, hey, got your email. Let's roll with this. So she gets the number. She's like, okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Either you're gonna be instantly qualified for it, or they may ask for a few more questions, like a few more answers. She's like, if that happens, can I come back up here and talk to you again? I was like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, I got my cell phone too, so you don't have to keep running around everywhere. We can just do that. She's like, all right, yeah, that works. So I give her the phone number and whatnot, and eventually I get a phone call from her, like, what's going on? Is there good news? She's like, well, they're asking a few more questions. I was like, all right, fair enough. Um, so, I answered a few questions for her and whatnot. And she goes, all right, let me just see what screen are they bringing me to, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Was she doing this on like an iPad or something?
No. This was like I imagine it was a desktop computer in their office and whatnot.
Oh.
So she goes, all right, well, let's see what screen they're bringing me here to, blah, 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 blah. Okay, congratulations, you got health coverage now. Like,
Nice.
I'm like, fucking A. I was like, would it cover this? She's like, oh yeah, it's retroactive to the 1st of December. I'm like, fucking A, nice.
That's awesome, man.
So I'm like, that would cover fucking the hospital visit. It would cover, like, medications and whatnot. I'd have to, pay a small fee for those, whatever. Fine.
Well, sure.
which is fine. I don't give a fuck. It would cover the fucking the walking clinic visit. It would cover the blood test there. It would cover the fucking the ultrasound. It would cover fucking everything. I'm like, fuck, this is nice.
Nice, man.
She's like, I had to pick. I think it was like United Healthcare or like some other health company. I can't remember which one, but so now it's just I'm playing the fucking waiting game, waiting for my my health insurance card so I can get that and call up all these places and just be like, oh, by the way, I have health coverage here, retroactive to the 1st of December, so yeah, you're not fucking billing me a damn thing.
So is that where you're at now? Is you're waiting for your card to come in so you can call them all up?
Yeah, pretty much. So eventually I went home on Christmas Eve, actually, and they're like, okay, so there's a few things you got to know here. Number one, as far as your diet goes, keep it a low-fat diet. I'm like, well, fuck, because tradition in the household is, we just make like little appetizer stuff. We don't make like a big dinner or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
We get like pigs in blankets, beef Wellington, mozzarella sticks, pizza bagels, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, fuck, I can't have any of that shit. So I ended up having like beef broth, and that's pretty much it.
For your stay there, or?
Well, no, when I was at the hospital, when I was allowed to have food, so
Yeah.
they weren't sure when the thing was going to be, so they're like, yeah, you can't have any foods or liquids, so sorry for that. Like, well, fuck. And like eventually, when they were like, you can have food and and liquids again, you got to be on a clear diet. I'm like, what the fuck does that entail? They're like, well, we got chicken broth here, small portion of chicken broth. We got some Jello. And we got some coffee. I'm like, well, fuck. Like, shit, what kind of bullshit is this? So
they want to make sure you can handle your food, probably.
Yeah. Which, I get, that's fine, but,
yeah,
it still kind of sucks, because it's like I hadn't eaten since, like, Sunday night. And,
like, no solid food for what, like 3 or 4 days?
Like, yeah, about 4 days, yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Fucking sucked. But
so then you were finally able to go on to like the clear diet. How long were you on the all liquid? Well, I think you were on the all liquid until we visited you, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, you know what, I at least want to keep it all liquid for at least like a week or something like that until I feel like I'm ready to handle solid food. And then you and Liz were like, hey, we're coming down. We want to grab lunch with you. I'm like, all right, I guess I can move to the solid food now.
And how did you handle it? Was it all right, or?
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, they like the pills that they gave me here. There's one. It's like an advanced strength like Tylenol painkiller kind of thing, which is fine and dandy. They gave me what was it? This is fuck. I forget what kind of Dakusate. Yeah, Dakusate sodium.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, which, from what I understand, is pretty much